Good evening, ma'am.
Hello, hi Niraj,
Good
how are
evening.
you? Good evening. Hi, nice to be back. Lovely to see you all.
Good
Hope
evening,
you
ma'am.
hope you all had a good week. Good evening. So, I can start with you, Ronit. What do you think about when you are alone? What are the thoughts that come to your head?
Ma'am, first of all, when I am alone, I usually used to laugh a lot because when I am alone, I just used to imagine a very foolish thing around me because in my alone time, I usually like to laugh. So if, for example, ma'am, if a person is passing and he's an old man. So that creativity thing in my mind will create that if the old man start running and suddenly his what called trouser fell down, then what will happen? So by thinking that, I used to laugh. So sometimes people also say that you are mad, you are laughing alone, but I doesn't feel bad because it's my creativity in my imagine.
Okay, so you think about, let me get this straight. So you think about like an old man's thoughts,
No, ma'am, anything rubbish that makes me laugh, I think.
anything to make you laugh. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you ever so you never have thoughts that are like of a depressing nature, or maybe thoughts about the
Yes,
future? Oh, okay. So yeah, elaborate on all the kinds of thoughts that come into your head,
yes, ma'am.
maybe that you don't usually
Sometimes
talk
sometimes
yeah.
I used to have that depression thought, ma'am, that if suppose my results are not good, then I used to think that where I haven't made a mistake, that I haven't scored well, or what are the thing, or I will calculate my whole day work, that what I have done so far and what I have to do for my future. That all thing also I imagine, ma'am.
Okay. um do you like, what has been your deepest, darkest thought that you've never shared with anyone, if you don't mind sharing it with us?
uh, Ma'am, I don't remember usually.
Okay. What's the, if you don't like remember the recent one, like is there a thought that you had that you still remember, that a
Ma'am,
particular thought?
if I have a vulgar idea like that, if my relatives are what if my one of my relatives is sick, then no, that start coming in my mind that something else start coming in my mind. So I avoid this kind of vulgar thought that should not come in my mind. That will
Okay.
change my positivity.
Okay. Okay. And have you ever had any thoughts that have led to good ideas in your life? So let's say you were just, staring at something and suddenly an idea popped into your head, and has it ever changed your life?
Ma'am, the thought that I think that it haven't changed my life, but usually what happened that there was an occasion in my school where we were having our science exhibition, and I was not having the idea what project I should make. Then suddenly I was looking that a person was pumping air in a cycle, so I thought to make a car that would move with the pressure with the air. So that helped me to win that competition.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you created a car, did you say?
Yes, no, ma'am, a small model of that car, not
Small
working in the
model.
road.
Okay. Oh, that's very good. That's amazing. Okay. Well done. I'm pretty I'm pretty impressed by that. Well done. Okay, so let's move now on to Veena. Thank you very much, Ronit.
Good evening,
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am.
Hi, Veena. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome back. We missed you.
Thank you. I missed you too. It was weird that it was a bit weird. I was like, oh, where's my 2:30 class? I'm like, it's 2:30 over here. Um, so yeah, I was a bit like a bit lost, and I found myself thinking about you, and telling my partner all about. Oh, I don't have my usual 2:30 class, and I started talking to him about like different topics that we discussed, and he was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. um, okay, so I hope you had a good week. Well, any thoughts that you had while if you were alone at any period during the week? Have you had any particular thoughts that you remember?
Actually, I'm always thinking about my school and everything. when I'm going to open my school. During that, a thought came in my mind, which I can't disclose here because one of my student is here.
Oh,
That's why. So that thought came, and I discussed it with one of my teacher, and he said, "Ma'am, you are going mad. Please relax. Don't do this. Otherwise, you will face lot of problem." I just skipped that one.
okay. And have you had any dark thoughts ever, or
That was the darkest thought. I wanted to punch someone, but he
it
told
didn't
me,
happen?
no, he told me, ma'am, this is going to be a disaster for you, for your career also. So please
Mm-hmm.
don't do. I left that thought.
That you forgot about it.
Yes.
Good. Okay. No, good. We don't need you to punch someone. You'll get into big trouble for that.
Yes.
Okay. And my next question to you is, um, that was your deepest, darkest thought. Have you ever had a thought that when you were alone that led to a big idea?
Yes, when I was alone and thinking about doing something, that time I met the owner of LWT
Mm-hmm.
and I joined this class. I was just in search of something new in my life.
Okay.
I was thinking it's good. Teaching in a school is very good, but we had a lot of time because after school it's an online session, and after 1 or 2 hour session we don't have anything to do. I was searching for something interesting, and
Okay.
this LWT happened, and this was the I think so the best thing happened in 2020.
Okay. So the best thing that happened to you, like, was that thought that came to you, okay, search for something new, and all of a sudden,
I got this LWT opportunity.
wow, that's amazing. Well, that's pretty life-changing.
Mhm.
Um, okay, and have you, with regards to any thoughts that you find maybe disturbing or depressing to share with anyone else? Have you
Actually,
had any of those thoughts, or yeah?
yeah, I have one thought while traveling. Actually, one of my very close uncle, he died in a road accident. So after that incident, when I am traveling on the road, I'm always thinking when a car or any truck comes near my vehicle, I think he's going to hit my vehicle and I'm going to die that time. And this is the negative thought which is coming every time when I'm traveling with car or bus or anything. Because
Okay.
of that incident, every time I'm thinking the way he died, we are also going to die like the same way.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's pretty. That's kind of like a last split second life or death situation, really, where you get where you get those thoughts of, people say, life flashing before your eyes. You get your whole life coming.
And
It was
negative
that
thought is
kind.
every time I'm
Yeah.
traveling, I get that negative thought.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that is hard to deal with when
Yeah.
it comes, yeah, every time. I can imagine. Okay. Good. Well done. I'll move on to Charvi today. Well done, Vina.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Did I pronounce your name correctly,
Yes,
Charvi?
ma'am.
Okay. Um, Brilliant. So my question to you is about being alone. What kind of thoughts do you get when you are alone?
When I'm alone, there is a jukebox in my head playing all the songs I have ever heard. So even when I'm studying alone, it's like there is this radio going on and on and on in my head.
Okay. And what kind of music what kind of radio comes on? Is it oldies, 80s music, Hindi? What kind of music?
Ma'am, anything that is according to the mood, like when I'm in fun mood, I will be singing Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez and BTS. And so it depends on the mood.
Okay. Um, so depending on the mood you're on, your jukebox will play
Yes, ma'am.
different kinds of songs. That's interesting. Okay, and do you have any thoughts that you don't like to share with anyone else?
There are actually quite a lot.
Okay, what kind of thought? Okay, can you pick one and explain to us what this thought is?
um, they are all actually kind of very childish though. Like
Okay,
like there is this that I will be successful, I will do this, I will do that. So it's all kind of like that. So
so it's kind of like a mantra
that exactly.
thoughts. Well, that's not bad. That shouldn't be that's not something to be embarrassed about. I wouldn't think anyway. Um, that's pretty. I think it's pretty. That's good, isn't it? Don't you think?
Ma'am, actually it depends. Like if I will think that like recently I gave an exam. So if I think that I'm gonna fail, so I go like, oh, I'm gonna fail. What I'm gonna do now? My future is very bleak, and all that thing. But then after a while, I will go like, it's okay, okay. Just failing once is all right. So kind of like
Okay.
that, huh?
Okay. Um, okay. So you you have positive thoughts, but in this case, maybe the way you are transmitting them is not in a positive way because you're telling yourself, "Oh, I'm failing, I'm failing." You're not telling yourself you'll succeed. You're telling yourself that you're failing. So maybe your mantra chanting needs to change a bit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I I don't know a lot about it, but the bit I know is that it must be positive. I used to get told a lot that all your thoughts must be positive because if you tell something in a negative form, your brain doesn't change it. It stays in that negative. Instead of telling yourself, for example, "You're great, you'll do well." If you tell yourself, "Well, that wasn't too good, you can do better," it doesn't translate in the same way to your brain. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
good. So, have there been any thoughts that you've had that are maybe a bit more uh, that have created ideas and a bit more life changing? Have you had any of these thoughts?
No, actually, I have not had any like life-changing thoughts yet. But there was this once that I was listening to that foreign music. I didn't know the language; it was Spanish. So
Okay.
that Despacito, I think. I don't know. It was
Despacito.
no, no.
Yes, I know the
No,
song.
it was Dura or something. I don't remember the song name now. So I thought that okay, I will learn that language.
Oh,
I
wow.
started.
Okay.
I
Uh-huh.
started for 2 days and then it end. The
Oh,
end.
okay. That was the end of it.
Uh,
Okay, so it didn't really change your life
yes.
there. It just changed your
Huh.
day, your 2 days. Okay. Okay. Well, good. Good start. But maybe you'll have some more life-changing thoughts on the way. Who
Yes.
knows? Brilliant. Well done, Shavi. I'll move on to Yuraj now.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Yuraj. Is it you, only you, or your dad
Ma'am,
as well?
both. We both are
Both of
here.
you. Okay. Just so I know, just so that I just don't move on to someone else and then remember. Okay. So, Yuraj, what about you? What kind of thoughts do you have when you are on your own?
Ma'am, last time when I was alone, I was thinking about the result, about my exam's result. But after it, when my result came, then I'm satisfied with that. But ma'am, at that time when I was thinking about my result, I was very scared that what may be my result. I have given my exam 100%, but what may be result? So I was thinking like this.
Okay. So kind of like, what will my result be? What have I, what could I have gotten? What have I done? That kind of thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And my next question to you is, okay, maybe that wasn't, what did you think you got? Were you being positive on that or were you being negative?
Ma'am, definitely I was negative at that time. I think that my exam will be not good. satisfied, only satisfied.
Okay, so it wasn't the best. Okay. Um, my next question is, have you had any maybe sad thoughts when you were alone, or what kind of thoughts do you usually have? What's kind of going on in your head?
No, ma'am. Actually, when I live alone, then I just like I don't think about anything. I just think that means if my I think that if there is someone, then I can I can share my thoughts to him. So these kind of things I think, I have this thought, I have that thought. Uh, if there may be someone to whom I can share my thought, so I think like this.
Okay, so um, to whom you can say your thoughts to. So you start thinking of what you can tell other people. So let's say, oh, I should have told that to my teacher, or tomorrow I will tell her this, this, and this.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you
Yes,
do?
ma'am.
Okay, so you pre-plan. So you plan what you're going to say to people.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and why do you do it?
Ma'am, I do because means it's a natural thing. I don't like it, but it's a natural thing. But I also like it. It's
So it's like a natural thing to you,
yes, ma'am.
and it's not like not normal. It is normal for us to do it, but it's not normal for us to do it all the time. So maybe you are worrying sometimes a bit too much, maybe.
No, ma'am. Maybe, but I don't remember. I just forgot.
That's all
I
right.
just forgot everything.
Did you have that's fine. And did you ever have any thoughts that have led to brilliant ideas?
Brilliant ideas.
Very good ideas.
Uh, no, ma'am. Because ma'am, I most of the time I don't sit alone or live alone. I just live with my friends.
Okay.
Just these kind of things.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
Okay. Um, so you don't think you've had any thoughts that have led to
Yes,
very
ma'am.
good
Because
ideas.
most of the time I like to live with my friends.
So you have thoughts like you share your ideas together.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. I'll move on to your dad next if he's there.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening. So what about you? What kind of thoughts come to you in your in your mind when you think about, like, what do you think about
In
when
case
you're on
of
your own?
my loneliness, I become more powerful than before, and I give my 100% regarding any stuff that I have to that I need to do, and I don't feel any kind of pressure or yeah, such some negative thought definitely comes into in my mind, but I avoid those thoughts because I know this period is not going to last mm, after some time. So I try to make myself confident by using or you can say by doing positive work.
Okay, so positive affirmations.
Positive affirmations are my natural habit, ma'am. Actually, you can.
Okay, so you do get negative thoughts. You do, when you're on your own, you get negative thoughts, but you change them by doing positive affirmations.
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. My next question to you is, have you had any thoughts that have led to great ideas?
Yes, ma'am. In case of my loneliness, when after getting married, when I was alone, my spouse was not in my house. She was far away from here. And at that point of time, I decided to make my career as a teacher. And this idea came in my mind, and it completely changed my life. And it
Okay.
was due to it happened in case of my loneliness when my spouse was not over here in my house.
Okay. And so she was not in your house, but you gave her that to be content with her, to be content with herself, to become a teacher, you mean? Is that, did I understand correctly?
Yes, ma'am. Without taking any suggestion, I I was confident about my decision, and I started my journey after that, and it completely changed my life after that.
Okay, fantastic. Good. Okay, well
Okay.
done. Well
Thank you,
done.
ma'am.
My next question to you is if you've had any weird thoughts, like have there been any weird thoughts that like really
Any,
strange ones? Yeah, any strange thoughts? Like what's the weirdest thought you've had?
ma'am, actually, by nature, I am a jolly person, and I don't believe in any uh, foolish kind of thought. And I don't try to, or actually, you can say, any negative thought that try to come in my mind, I avoid those things all the time, ma'am.
Okay, so no, but not necessarily negative. I don't mean negative. I mean any weird.
Strange thought means, ma'am, I think actually all my um, thoughts are stranger for others, and it can be looked to anyone by watching my actions or uh, the mode of um, the mode of my actions. They can feel so.
Okay.
People can feel so that all my actions are what I am doing is totally strange for them. It looks to people, and they say me actually that he is a strange man, and he can do anything beyond their thinking.
Okay, so you don't think you need to have strange thoughts because you feel like your actions are already strange to people.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, that's an interesting way to put it. Okay, well done. I'll now move on to Aritra.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Aritra. How are
Fine,
you?
ma'am, fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, what about you? What kind of thoughts do you have when you are on your own?
When I'm alone. Well,
Yes.
generally, when I'm alone, I plan for my next day. How would I spend my next day? As simple as that.
Okay. So you're always looking forwards towards the future.
Yeah.
You are looking towards the future. You're never thinking about anything else but that. You know, don't have any strange thoughts, sad thoughts.
No, no, no.
You, so you're into more of that, really. Just
Yeah.
okay, good. Next, my next question will be: have you had any thoughts that have changed, made a big impact on your life, and changed ideas?
I don't remember such kind of thoughts as per now.
No big ideas that have changed your life.
There are several thoughts. According to study, average person has 6,000 thoughts per day. So how can I remember every one of them?
Well,
Yes.
I mean, if there was an extraordinary one, you would probably remember it. Like, oh, I had that brilliant idea in my life. You know, that changed
No,
completely.
not really.
You've not had Massive idea. Okay, that's fine. And I'll move on quickly to Shubhajit so everyone gets to go. Shubhajit, what about you? Have you had any life-changing thoughts? Any big ideas?
No, ma'am, I have not had such thoughts yet, like
And
Oritra.
okay, and what do you think about when you're on your own?
When I'm on my own, I tend to not be that positive. So I think about my future since I'm a student. So I think about what will happen in the future. What will I do? Will I do good in exams and all those things? So I worry quite a lot when I'm alone.
Okay, so regarding your like whether you'll do well or not. Okay, very good. And what about any depressing and scary and sad thoughts? Do you have any of those?
No, ma'am, I don't have those kind of thoughts, but I am anxious when I'm alone, like about the future, because I have big plans for the future. So I think, will those plans work out or not? Should I have some kind of fallback options if those plans don't work out? This kind of thing. I like to plan. I don't worry, not worry, like don't get depressed that much, but I tend to plan ahead.
Okay. Okay, so nothing depressing, but you just try and get ahead and see how you can plan your future well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. And have you had any strange thoughts, very strange thoughts?
No, I have not had strange thoughts. But one thing, when once I was alone and I got very bored, so I thought that I will join some kind of music or dance classes to do
Oh,
time pass.
okay, so
But
that's
that
not
never
strange.
happened.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay. All right. Well, well done. I'll move on now to my last one, which is Prapti.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Prapti. So, what about you? What kind of thoughts do you have when you're alone? Let's pick your brain a bit.
Ma'am, when I'm alone, I usually think about the things happening around me or happening with me. Then I also think about the means my future means if I'm able to do that or not. So yeah, I think this only.
Okay. Um, so mostly about your future. But do you have any? Have you had any thoughts about good ideas that have changed your life so far, or any sad thoughts that you don't usually, share with everyone else?
Ma'am, one good thought means decision I have taken that firstly I decided to do CA, that is chartered accountant, but
Mm-hmm.
then I chose the media science, and now I'm very happy means after deciding that.
Okay, so it was it was a thought that you had on your own when you were alone, and it turned out it did turn out to change your life. So it was a
Yes,
good
ma'am.
idea. Okay,
Yeah.
and have you had any, like I said, any depressing thoughts or disturbing thoughts, weird thoughts that you wouldn't usually tell anyone?
Ma'am, the weird thought I usually think, ma'am, means when I'm alone and when I'm very sad. So that time I think that of going somewhere else means leaving far away from family or friends. But I have never did that. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you've had these thoughts about going away from your family and friends and just being on your own, but you've not done that.
No, ma'am. Yeah.
Why? Is there a reason why? Are
No, I
you
can't live
no?
without them. So yeah.
Okay, so you find yourself quite dependent on them.
Yeah, ma'am. Kind of. You can say.
Okay. Okay. Is it because you're scared or is it because you depend so much on them? I'm
No,
sorry,
ma'am.
I'm pushing
Ma'am.
you.
No, I'm not like that, ma'am. Ma'am, because of this silly reason, I can't leave them now, ma'am. So
Okay, you
that's
just
why.
can't you get homesick.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, I've pushed you a lot. Okay, guys. Well done. Well done, and thank you very much. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.